This one had exhaust in the radiator. I have another video that shows that. I had never done one of these before, and it's kind of tool specific, at least for me at this point. So I sent the head in, and it had a crack at the injector cup. I don't know if that actually would put exhaust in the radiator, but I also looked at the liners while I had it off, and you could tell they had crosshatch on the top but not further down. They were just rusted out nasty further down. So I committed to do a liner pack install. The kit that I got doesn't come with rods, so maybe that's common, I don't know. Anyways, I bought this too. It was very expensive, but I figure I'll probably use it. I've been into these engines pretty often, so not this type, but other engines that I needed it for. So everybody has shown people how to time these things. In order to take out the main bearing on the front, which I'm going to replace, I took out the oil pump. There was no other way around it. This is idler gear. This is the oil pump gear, which is right here. It's tapered fit. Goes over the oil pump. And I had to heat it to get it off. It says in the manual that I bought that you can just hit the nut or use a puller, but I couldn't get a puller behind it. I didn't have a puller that would work. I tried everything that it said and it just didn't work. I heated it quite a bit and it finally, and I whacked it with a hammer and it finally went. I don't know, you can't see it. I don't know why it doesn't. Oh, maybe I can. Let me see if I can do this. They have peen marks in them to lock the nut to the shaft. I drilled them out before I unscrewed the nut, which I think helps a lot, because otherwise the metal is shrunk to the stud. Anyhow, it helped. They say to mark it all up. These are the balancer shafts. This is a 4-cylinder. I guess 6 cylinders didn't have it. Mark the balancer shafts on the plate. And mark the idler gear to the plate too. In the book it says to remove the timing wheel. I didn't. The gear came off. This is another balancer shaft. Fuel pump. High pressure common rail. Another upper idler gear. Camshaft. And I haven't been into any of that. Don't plan to. The cam looks good from up top. I'll just rinse it down and oil it up. This is the crank gear. This is the seal, sorry. This is the seal on the timing cover. I took all the nuts and everything off all the way around, but I couldn't get it off because of this. Because it was glued with seal retaining compound, I think is what they used. Sleeve retainer. It's green. And it held it good. It did a great job because it was a son of a gun to get off of there. I bought a puller and put it on there, and even at that point it was really difficult to get off of there. I still pulled on the cover a little bit on each side with pry bars as I went getting this off. But I think in the future what I'll do is I'll heat it. I didn't know what was behind it, but I think you could just cook that seal just boil this stuff out of there, and you'll be way better off. I don't think there's anything else that'll get damaged when you do. I mean, too bad. Don't, just enough to boil that off. Not real hot. When I pulled the liners, I was kind of questioning whether I should do it or not, but I did, and it was a good deal because these are them. This is the number 2. And this is what it looks like. This is really cool. I'm so glad I found this. I was suspecting that it would be, but you can see it looks horrible. But you can really see this right here. And maybe the halo is the exhaust. So I think this is actually where the exhaust was getting out. But this is etching, cavitation, erosion. I'm not really great at this, but this is when you don't use the correct antifreeze, or you just don't service your antifreeze. It creates little air pockets because the antifreeze has additives that allow it to adhere to the surfaces to remove heat. But if it doesn't have the additive in it, it forms little air pockets, and because of a diesel engine, it's got such high compression and vibration, these little air pockets implode. They crash in on themselves, and I believe it's the water crashing in on the liner that actually causes the hole. And this has got quite a bit of it. Yeah. There's another spot, and that's got that halo around it. I think that's the exhaust. I'm almost sure. Okay. Turn the light on. It would be right here, straight down as that. I don't know if you'll see it as we're looking at. Yeah, I think so. It's just a guess. I can't pressurize it, but I think that's it. And you see how it's kind of, the crosshatch is gone and it's kind of messy right down there. This didn't look all that great. See that? All that etching. That's why I changed it. The crosshatch isn't smooth and uniform. Definitely gone. Anyhow, I was glad to see that because I hate to make the wrong assumption. And this is beautiful. This goes down in there and it hooks the liner down on the bottom. Hard to see. I'll show you when it comes out. Anyways, you just tighten this. That pulls it up.